I mean, if it's not working,
Yeah, I just don't want Dennis to not be in at all.
it's gonna have to be more, I guess.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be center.
Tim said it's weird and actually looking way off of that. Yeah, Mama said they're about to wait a couple years ago. We drove up to no problem. Around the island, so you'll have to tell me some good places to stop. We're gonna cruise around them, so we're taking a cruise.
No, it's not going to be.
We're going Thursday. February life. So it'll be our wow. I just said I was born in my mother's. So how you doing? So yesterday we had a first party for her. With the four sisters, they're all there. And then people just came surprised. So she didn't know. She didn't know any of it. She really was surprised. She didn't know anybody was coming, and we had a bunch of people. And then she loved it. So we're gonna hit Hawaii in February. We're gonna go on a cruise. No, a bunch of us are going. So yeah, they're over here with
Other people. Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'll take it. And then my sister and her husband and his parents. Some other just we're gonna get started with one place my friend. I have been away, but I know really a lot of fun. But I think the last one is 16.
Yeah, get one pen.
A land cruiser. Chasing the birds. That's what I've seen for sure.
Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to see you all. I'm Reverend Dr. Beth Johnson. My pronouns are she, they. And I'm just welcoming you all to our only second outdoor service of the season. Is that right? And it's only my second service of the season. Last week we were inside. So it's just good to be together. It's good to be in this space. It's wonderful that sometimes there's a breeze, but it's not 90 degrees and it's not horribly humid. So we've just been enjoying these past few days of really wonderful weather. I'm excited about doing the service today with Jane Fulzer, really excited, and Jane Schaefer, and Dennis, and all of you, and big props to the hospitality team. There are always so many of you, and I don't write your names down. If you're on hospitality today, raise your hand high. Yeah, thank you so much. Because it's a different gig, when we're outside.
Oh, Sandy, never mind.
So there's chairs. There's a chair over there, love. I love you right there.
Thank you very much.
Because I can see you. Welcome to this place of peace, justice, and hope. In this Unitarian Universalist congregation, we affirm no matter who you are, who you love, or where you are on your journey, you are welcome here. There folks might be joining us online, so I hope that you've been joining us this summer. So glad. And oh, wow, how could I forget? How could I forget Alex? We wouldn't be here without Alex. Thank you, Alex. He takes care of us, gets everything set up, and Jean also always helps with tech. If you're visiting with us today, I'm not sure if we have any visitors. I'm not going to embarrass you and make you raise your hand, but you could if you want. Then sign our visitors book. I know we're not really doing name tags, I'm noticing in the summer as much, but if you venture down to the Alice Warren room on a Sunday morning, you could get your name tag and make sure you put some pronoun stickers on it. I'm so glad you're here. Do this. Right now, I don't see that we have any children, and I don't see that we have our play area set up. But if you are the type of person who finds it hard to sit still, you can just get up, walk around, do some stretches, just move your body in any way that you need to, because we all come with different neural capacities and different neuro differences. So just do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable. And just know that you are all welcome in this place, this house of peace. May our worship and our fellowship this morning touch your heart, your mind, and your spirit. And we acknowledge that we here in the western suburbs of Chicago inhabit areas that are the traditional territories of many indigenous peoples. And as we try to live into a more just world, we have a responsibility to acknowledge the history and legacy of colonialism, the harm done to Native people, and to work also to repair that harm. So Dennis will go ahead now, I'm sorry, and start with Gathered Here. Our opening song is Gathered Here. The words are gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, spirit draw near. So it's a round. We'll do it maybe about 3 times, or see how spirit moves us, and invite us to stay seated. And as you sing the song, spirit may mean different things to different people. The holy, nature, God, goddess, the mystery, whatever name it is known, the spirit of life, which is how we Unitarian Universalists like to name it, spirit of life, spirit of love. Just as you make this song your own as you sing it, and I invite you to sing with me. Gathered here recovering from smoky air. Invite us into worship this morning with words by the Reverend Sherry Woodbury. Here we are in our circle again. A circle of vision, a circle of reflection, a forum for deciding and empowering. Here we are at the base of another bridge, another space spanning the shores of today and tomorrow, beckoning us to cross the chasm one day at a time. Here we are gathered again at the cusp of the future, at the boundary that holds community together. Here we are in a circle of love and trust, brought to this moment by a series of choices and promises. Promises that in a covenanted community, we agree to walk together in the ways of love as we name and embody and live the various truths that we hold dear. Brought to this moment by hope and gratitude, by our shadows, faced and befriended. Noticing that which calls us to move beyond the narrow confines of what we imagine should be into the truth of another. With a servant's heart, a leader's listening, with a parent's love, truer than all our inner trembling, let us model the health we seek for all and lean into community. Health that says all are welcome here. With your various beliefs, your various understandings of what is important and what is urgent, and how you choose to live that in a covenanted community. Somewhere out there, all we dream is possible. Somewhere in here, we are sowing the seeds. Somewhere out there, all we dream is possible. Somewhere out there, and somewhere in here, we are sowing the seeds. May it be so. Invite Jean to do our child's lighting.
Our child's lighting words are by Anastasia Birosh. As we light this flame of hope, may our congregation become a kaleidoscope of souls and people. In the presence of this flame, in me, in you, in us. It's an invitation to sit at the table. May we tend our soul fire through these challenging and trying times to open the hearts and minds of all who enter our doors. There's always a lot going on around the church, and you can read all about it in News and Notes, which arrives in your inbox every Friday. And there are printed copies available. They're probably indoors on the welcome desk. If you're not from here, we can show you where those are at. If you'd like to receive News and Notes, stop by the welcome desk. We also have a sign-up sheet over there, if you're not getting them, but we promise we won't spam you with anything else. As we enter into the time of our service where we share our resources in this church community, I encourage you to think about all the ways in which the Unitarian Church of Hinsdale has been there for you through all your life stages. Whether you have been here for decades or recently joined or have started coming on Sunday, this church is here as your guiding beacon for living out your values and supporting you through all of your life's journeys. Our financial contributions to this congregation allow it to continue to be there for you, and so we support it as it supports us. Now let there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. And please join in our offering.
Let's line them out. That's what I do with the child's distinguishing of us. So line them out.
This church is made up of all of us.
We're gonna line it out.
Yeah, repeat after me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This church is made up of all of us. It is what we learn together. The work we do together. The fun we have together. It is what we share with one another. With the people around us. And with all the world. Thank you. killed the Sally-Ann test there.
Do not.
Okay. And now some offertory music by Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. Beloved, we come each week and even throughout our days with joys and with sorrows, with celebrations and concerns. I'd like to invite you just into a moment of silence. I'd like to orient us to this space in this time. I invite you to just simply take a breath. Feeling your feet on the earth. Hearing what you hear. If that sense is available to you, fully. Feel the breeze on your skin. Whatever taste there is, taste that in your mouth. Your eyes have been closed, and just invite you to see what's around you. The people that you're sharing this journey with, the trees, the grass, the flowers, one another. Breathe in and release, knowing that the breath connects us to everything that ever was, as we love the sound of a train. How many people think of B.J. Thomas? Bring our joys and sorrows, the breath connecting us with everything that ever was as we breathe in oxygen molecules that have been at one time or another in the lungs of every breathing being. The breath connects us here and now to one another, to the folks who passed on that train, to those near and far in this moment. As we exhale, beloved, the breath makes us ancestors for those who will come. I invite you to just feel into what it is that you brought with you this morning. And this is a time when we'll share our joys and sorrows with one another. But I think I'm going to invite us into some silence. We have this opportunity to be out in this beautiful space. So just enter into some silence. Beloved, if you have a joy or a sorrow, something that you would like to be shared in this group, because of the challenge of the terrain, such as it is, still relatively flat. We are in the Midwest, aren't we? In Illinois. We just invite you to call it out, and I'll listen for it and repeat it. And if you have a joy or sorrow that you just simply want a pebble dropped for, just go like this. Okay. Gina's going to drop the pebbles. And if you have a joy or sorrow that you would like to speak out, I invite you to do that.
My brother's getting married next weekend.
Oh, Carol's brother's getting married next weekend.
New grandson.
Oh, a new grandson.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Tell us the grandson's name. I forgot. Emmett. New grandson.
We have two.
Two grandsons.
No.
Two joys and sorrows. Pardon me. Excuse me. I got excited.
Joys.
Two joys.
And coincidentally, Jonathan Hand's birthday is today.
Jonathan Hand is having a birthday today.
I don't see him here.
I do not see Jonathan.
How old?
70.
70.
Oh, you had to
Oh,
tell
well,
us?
do you really? Well, we're a covenanted community, so if you hear somebody's age, you know you can keep it to yourself. What's the other one?
This day, 63 years ago, Norm and I were married.
Oh, happy anniversary. 63 years ago today. Oh my goodness. You know what I say to, I don't say this to every couple, but I will say it to you. Your love is a blessing not only to each other, but your love is a blessing to the world. Congratulations. We are holding Harriet in our hearts, our beloved Harriet.
I have a celebration. I shared a beautiful, tender moment in time with my mother this morning.
Tony shared a beautiful moment with his mom, Harriet, who I think most of us, but for those of you who don't know, is on hospice in just the most beautiful love. You walk into that room and it's like love. Yeah. Anything else? As always, for the people who are suffering around this world, the people who are caught in wars such as Ukraine, the people of Gaza who are being starved to death at this moment, our dear immigrant and migrant community and asylum seekers who are being disappeared. In this time, we hold all of this in our hearts. And as our call to worship reminded us that we are the seeds that create the beloved community and the conditions that will allow us to not only resist, but allow us to flourish and imagine another world. Because in the words of Arundhati Roy, even though these are not her words are, another world is not only possible, she is coming. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. There is so much noise, beloved. There is so much that clamors for our attention, and reasonably so. But if we're quiet, we can hear the songs of resistance, the laughter amidst pain, the community that comes together. We don't know what it's going to look like, but what I know is that we will create that right here, right now, with countless others who are seeking to not go back to the good old days, because they weren't that good for everyone, but to imagine a beautiful new future. Because we celebrate 63 years of marriage, and we celebrate grandchildren, and we celebrate family, and we celebrate the possibility of what we can imagine, dream, and act together to fulfill. Pray with me. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, Holy One, the breeze blowing through us, the insects making noise, the breath of our neighbor. We pause in this moment, holding all that's been spoken and all that is being held. And as we move through this day and this week, may we move through knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are all interconnected and that we are each of us, you, held in love and mystery deeper than you could ever know. Our theme for this summer is a rebellious culture of care. And the services have been, isn't that a great, yeah, it's a great theme. And our service has been around that. We talked about mutual aid. Last week in the service with me, Linda we talked about the spiral of the work that reconnects, created my beloved teacher, the late Joanna Macy, that we come from gratitude, we name and honor our pain for the world, we see with new and ancient eyes, and then we go forth. There have been other ways that we've talked about how we create care, and I'm very excited that Jane is doing the service for us today with us. Okay, I'm gonna try not to fangirl, but I love to see. When I look out from the pulpit, I see you and Dave here. And then I see Kathy and Jeff next to you. And I know that you hold so much of the history and the soul of this place, along with many others. I see where y'all sit by me. And when you move your seat, I'm like, where are they? But at least we don't buy pews like our Unitarian forebears did. So Jane is gonna talk with us about kindred souls.
I see so many long-term members here. I'm afraid a lot of this is going to be old history, but I hope you'll bear with me. We are kindred souls on the journey of life. That is a phrase that our long-term minister, Ed Searle, used very frequently. And that phrase has stuck with me over the years because I really believe it very aptly describes congregational life at the Unitarian Church of Hinsdale. A few weeks ago, we celebrated the 200th anniversary of the Unitarian American Unitarian Association. And Ron Solberg has done such a wonderful job of compiling the history of our church. Today, I want to share the journey of these kindred souls by describing some of the classes, the programs, and the projects of congregational life during the past 50 years that Dave and I have been members. I believe that all these activities at the church serve very importantly not only to bind us together, but also to engage us in our culture. I'm compiling a longer list, but I'm sure I have omitted many important events, initiatives, classes, etc. So please see me later to add any additional information you have to this brief outline. I will begin with engagement in our culture. When we began attending UCH in 1973, our country was being roiled by the feminist movement, the sexual revolution, the civil rights movement, and others. Our denomination responded to the first with a course on feminist theology called Cakes for the Queen of Heaven. Any of you remember that? Our daughter Kathy attended. I didn't. But I think it is an example of our denomination's long history of supporting women's role in the ministry and in our society. In response to the sexual revolution, our denomination, with the help of a well-known sex educator, created the AYS, About Your Sexuality, a course for adolescents, and that was in 1971. Adapted in 1998 to OWL, O-W-L, Our Whole Lives, this class is still being offered nationally by our denomination. In response to Roe v. Wade, many individual members in our church took paid positions at the downtown Concord Clinic, which the Chicago Tribune, in an underground study, showed to be the best run and the most ethical abortion clinic in the city. Sherry Zors, who was a prominent member of UCH, became the business manager for this downtown clinic. Barbara Elrod, who was our church secretary, she became a counselor at the Westmont Branch Concord Clinic. Betty Fisher, who was trained academically as a chemist, worked in the Westmont Clinic Laboratory, and I worked as a counselor both at Westmont and at the downtown clinic. The Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice was another local and national response to Roe v. Wade. The RCRC was founded in 1973 by clergy and lay leaders from mainline denominations and faith traditions to create an interfaith organization to support abortion rights. UCH members Bill and Belaine Carnell, I'm sure you all remember them, became very active in this organization, and they organized a clinic escort service that served at the clinic near York and Ogden Avenue, and later at the clinic on 75th Street in Downers Grove. This was in the late 70s. Years later, Villain hosted a party for church members and others who had served as escorts for over 20 years. And I was a part of that group. And so were you. Anybody else part of that group? Ed Searle, our minister at the time, was head of the local chapter for a period. And that clinic escort service still continues today. UCH has also had a continuing engagement with poverty and homelessness. During the late 70s, there was a Habitat for Humanity group at the church, which did go out and work on building projects, but I don't know very much about that. Do you, Ron? Okay. Another short-term project I worked on was going downtown to a soup kitchen which served homeless people. And for several years, members, including the youth group, volunteered regularly at the Northern Illinois Food Depository. I believe Jean Noble's mother, Louise, was very actively involved in that project. Up until COVID, UCH partnered with a Hinsdale Lutheran church to staff once monthly the PADS program for homeless people at their building. UCH volunteers cooked and served dinner, prepared, monitored, cleaned the overnight arrangements, served breakfast, and made sack lunches for about 50 DuPage homeless men, women, and children. Since COVID, that program has morphed into Beds Plus, which is currently run here by Lucianne Crowley and Mary Getty. So, Mary? Somewhere, I saw her. Yeah. Our church and our denomination have had a long and illustrious history of involvement in civil rights and social justice issues. During the past several decades, I mean decades, these members, Marion Honnell Wilson, Kathy Blanford, Tracy Olson, and many others, have done yeoman service in leading interracial and prison ministry programs like Prison Pen Pals, Beloved Conversations, trips to Springfield, advocating for parole for individuals and for better laws. But our congregation not only looks out and engages us in our culture, but looks in and seeks to enrich and inspire the well-being of these kindred souls on their life journey. These many efforts over the years demonstrate the creativity and the innovative spirit of our members and our denominations. Silver and Gold Dinners, do you remember this? Okay, they were an effort, a program by our denomination to acquaint new members with long-term members. Spirituality on Tap was another UUA idea, originally aimed at our college and young adult population, to discuss religious issues over a beer or at the local pub. I believe Marion Honnell Wilson also initiated that program. And that she was followed by a long list of leaders. Brent Abrahamson was one, and Keith Landis, I believe he was the most recent leader of that program. Neighbor Nights was a program started by the membership committee, and it was part of a larger group program which organized our 20 different member towns into separate kind of 8 or 10 care groups. And Neighbor Nights was a yearly social gathering in each one of those care groups. Another group, the play reading group, was, while not officially a church group, was made up and is made up of primarily church members, and it has continued to for over 50 years. Small group ministry or covenant groups is another vital UUA program focused on building community, deepening relationships, and spiritual growth within the community. Matt Brown is the organizer of this current program called Soul Matters. Larry Edgen offers another path to spiritual growth with his Monday Zoom Buddhist meditation group. The Carashaw group meets regularly and has donated beautiful shawls to members who have suffered illness, accidents, loss, and is a wonderful example of our care and concern for each other. One of the many small ministry groups that were organized was set up for breast cancer survivors. Sandy Price was a member of this covenant group, and after she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in August 2008, her covenant circle evolved into a Share the Care group, composed not only of church members, but neighbors, friends, and family, who devoted themselves to Sandy's care the last 6 weeks of her life. After her death in 2009, her husband Larry funded the building of this conversation circle and dedicated it to her memory. And I know that Charlie Fisher was very involved in the design and construction of this. So, thank you. The nonfiction book group was started by Jackie Retzke and Dave Fulser in 2007, and that just grew out of coffee hour discussions. Ron Solberg masterfully led this group from 2014 through COVID until 2021. I'm sure I have accidentally omitted many UCH or UUA programs from the last 50 years. If you did not see it or hear about it here, speak to Ron Solberg or me so that we can add that information to our rich church history. Also, if you haven't heard about a program that you think you would be interested in, consider starting it. That's how many of these programs began. In conclusion, I would like to describe the history of a spontaneous group that sprang up in this church and continues to this day. I think it portrays the vitality and the dynamism of this congregation. It is a living example of kindred souls on a journey of life. In 1974-75, a new young member, Carol McConnell, organized a quilting class to make a quilt for our minister, John Nichols' second child. I was not a participant in that class, but this group enjoyed the class so much that they decided to reform as a social group, to meet monthly in each other's homes. And we can call it a covenant group or small ministry group today. I was invited to join this group, which began to call themselves the Stitch and Bitch. After several years, maybe 8 to 10, the group moved to the R&R Cafe Bakery, which was located west of the church and just across the tracks. And they met there at 6:30 every Thursday morning before the various members went off to work. When the R&R closed in 1989, the Stitch and Bitch moved to Grand Square and met there continuously as it became Yaya's until COVID. Once again, this group reformed into the Thursday breakfast group using the church's Zoom subscription. Betty Fisher is the most recent member of the group to pass on into UU heaven. It is amazing to think that some of us have had breakfast together every Thursday for the past 20, even 50 years. Again, I will say this group is an example of the spontaneity, the creativity, the flexibility, the warmth, and the fellowship of this UCH community. A living example of kindred souls coming together on their journey of life.
I love this. I love it. So I think what we'll do is, if someone wants to call out another group that you're part of, I can repeat that, and we can.
I'll write it down.
Okay. And
I have a list.
okay, we have a list. Let's see if everybody calls it out.
Celebration Singers.
The Celebration Singers. The Celebration Singers, absolutely, is the choir that was started by our own Julia Beckman in 1974, where Julia was a volunteer until 1984 and became staff. And Julia is one of the most amazing choir directors, and I know choir directors. The best.
LGBTQ from YouTube.
Okay, so all right, we got someone from YouTube. Do they want to say who they are? They don't have to.
Yes.
Look it up. Animal Ministry.
Animal Ministry. So our LGBTQAI plus welcoming congregation team is currently headed by Carol Peterson, who's waving their hand right there. Thank you. The LGBTQAI plus welcoming congregation team teamed up with other volunteers this summer for UCH to be represented in 3 Pride events in our area with great success. So props to the team who pulled that together.
Another covenant group that we've been together for about 5 years.
Another covenant circle that's been together for about 5 years. I'm thinking of Wise Elders as well. Y'all, they've been together like for 5 years and have met every week. Often groups meet like once a month, but every week. I love that kind of care is happening.
Carol D. brought up LGBT.
Carol, okay, great.
Green Sanctuary.
The Green Sanctuary. Green Sanctuary, UCH is part of the Green Sanctuary program, which was started by the Unitarian Universalist Association, headed by Dave Lloyd back there in the sunglasses, looking extremely cool in the shade. The Green Sanctuary program has had a real lot of success and done wonderful services, reminding us to always care for our earth. The seed program, the forest program where they go and take out non-native species so that our forests can be what they need to be, and we collect styrofoam like all the time. Karen McDowell is always like, it's time to collect the styrofoam.
Sandy mentioned the animal ministry.
Oh, animal ministry. This congregation, I knew about this congregation and Jean's fabulous wife, Tiff Bone at the time, Schaefer now. When I was the president of UFETA, UU's for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, many years ago, and we changed the name to UU Animal Ministry. This congregation was the first Reverence for Life congregation through the UU Animal Ministry. And they remind us that our kin, our other than human kin, are also worthy of dignity, respect, care, and justice. So, and they have a, pardon? The Acoustic Renaissance. Now, the Acoustic Renaissance isn't necessarily a program of this church, but it started as one, from what I understand. And we support it. UCH supports it. It takes place here. And it's a folk venue, but people all over know about it. I'm not a big folk person. I like certain folk music. Joe Jenks was here, John McCutcheon. These are people that I know, and let me tip it now. In April, Emma's Revolution will be here. So, yes. So that's a great group.
UU discussion group. Yeah.
Oh, the person who runs that is responsible for the audio system we have.
Yeah, UU discussion group.
There's a discussion group on the second Sunday of the month. Used to be the men's group. I want to. Pardon? Hospitality. You know, I love that. It's being recognized as a group. I mean, how we made this happen today is hospitality brought stuff out, got us ready, make sure that we have, what we need for Sunday to be comfortable. I want to bring up the immigrant justice team, relatively newly formed. So Braver Conversations, the racial equity team that we did in partnership with Unity Church in Oak Park. Their program shifted, and they did amazing things, including everything that you mentioned, Beloved Conversations. And Beloved Conversations, by the way, was a program of the Foz Institute, which is out of Meadville, Lombard, our Unitarian seminary, that really brought congregations into understanding white supremacy culture, how we, as a predominantly white but becoming more diverse Unitarian association, relate to the issues that are that we have to deal with and learn how to have beloved conversations. It is now the immigrant justice team. If you're part of the immigrant justice team, raise your hand. I think some people are not here. Immigration attorney Linda Rio also helps head it, and I love that I can represent it at certain places that I go. What else?
Garden volunteers.
I have
Garden volunteers.
Garden volunteers. Charlie, yay. Garden volunteers.
I do have that.
Okay, you got
Yeah.
more.
The Acoustic Renaissance was started by Dan and Melinda Parent, who were members of our church. And they also started the Prairie Earth Fellowship. And I'm not sure if that one is still going, Charlie, the Prairie Earth Fellowship. There was also a folk dancing group early on in the 70s. There was also a folk singing group, I think, in the early 70s. And I do remember that Elise Cade is the person who started the Holiday Harvest fundraisers. And I think that was an idea that she got from, she was very active in the denomination, the regional and national, and that was an idea she brought to our church. I ran a globalization series with 4 meetings, and I remember Brant Aberson gave his students extra credit if they came. And there were 50 people at that 4th seminar. And Mason, what was his name? He gave one of the lectures. Also, I ran a 4-series session on United for a Fair Economy. And that was early in the 2000s. And United for a Fair Economy is a big organization, mainly of rich people who believe in fair taxation and an economy that works for the people. And all the information that they provided was everything you need to know how our economy and all the wealth was going to the top. And this was one of the beginning organizations to even discuss that issue. Kathy Salzano ran a drumming group. I don't know if any of you remember that. And Charlie Fisher ran night hikes, I think. Lauren Patelli ran a movie group, and still I think that is on the cusp of coming back. And Keith Landis ran a movie group, in addition to Spirituality on Tap, a religion in movies, and that was very interesting. And another group that we love is the annual Thanksgiving dinner, and Lauren Patelli is the person who has started that.
We started it. The Solberg started it in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
But Lauren's done a wonderful job in recent years, yes.
Okay, this is all a little bit of history for Ron to add to our collection.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Can you speak up?
There's also a movie group.
Yeah.
She mentioned that.
She just mentioned that. Yep, movie group starting up again.
It's starting up again.
So, Jane, you talked about how these programs and how our congregation is related to the wider world, and named all the important ways that we've done that. And you've grounded us in seeing how we as kindred souls on a journey have nurtured this community. Can you say something about where you see us needing to be in the future?
Well, I think all the problems that we had in the past, they have come around again. Maybe they have new names like DEI and gender issues. So it is still important for us to engage deeply in our culture. It needs us. And so I would summarize my feeling about the church into one word, and that is community. I think it is the most important thing for me personally. This is my community. It is my family, really.
Thank you so much. Wasn't it lovely? Yeah. Now, I knew some of this, and I'm new here, 2.5 years. Certainly not 50 years or more. But hearing it come together like this, Jane, with the particular lens that you gave us, and how you've allowed us to remember and imagine how we can continue to make an impact in the wider world, which may include like right around here, and the wider world in general, and then how we continue to nurture ourselves. So thank you very much for your sharing with us. And thank you all. I'm so glad that you were here this morning. We're going to conclude our service. I'm going to line out our chalice extinguishing words. We don't have slides, and I decided to not have a lot of paper, so we can just line it out. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of its truth, the warmth of this community, nor the fire of our commitment. These we carry in our hearts, and we share with all the world. I share benediction words by the Reverend Abid Janamanchi. In this world of division, may we be bold in our togetherness. In this season of transformation, may we make space for new beginnings. And in the face of all that seeks to dim our light, may we throw color, raise our voices, and dance forward in hope. May it be so. Amen. And I love you. It's good to be together. Let's join for, oh, I don't think we have coffee. No coffee. We do have coffee. Y'all, we got coffee. So that's a big thanks to, and there's water too, if you need water on this hot day. But let's hang out and be together for a while. Thank you all. I love you.
We have some basil plants, we have some solar lights, and we have some succulents that are looking for good homes. I'd like to stop by and look at them.
Well, that's another thing that we didn't mention is Dennis's plant care for us and all the ways that Dennis supplies us with plants and beautiful solar lights. I'm sorry, Dennis.
I can kill it too. But if you don't here today, don't water them. Don't water them. Leave them alone and like one cactus like died under my care. The fourth thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get all this momentum.